Hello guys, this is level 2 of our character face modeling and we're going to continue from where we stopped last time. So on your keyboard, click 2 for edge selection. We're going to select this edge and we're going to say E to extrude this and say S to scale a little bit and move forward. So we'll come here to our right view and move this backward a little bit. We'll say E to extrude again, arrow to rotate, come back here and push this extent and take this forward a little bit. Select this and rotate this. We say E again to extrude to this point and arrow to rotate. Come here also and move this backwards a little bit. And we'll say E to extrude, arrow to rotate, move this forward. E to extrude again, arrow to rotate. Now we can bring this downwards to this point. Move it forward here and say E to extrude again to this end. And move this forward and bring this forward and rotate this. Now we do Alt Z, 1 for vector selection. Now we can start shaping our character. We can move this backwards. Our character mouth is very wide, so you can consider that also. So select this and move this upwards. Move this to this point. Move this to this point. Move this to this point. So we'll come here also and make some adjustments following our character reference. So what we'll do now, we'll say 2 for edge selection. Hold Alt, select this edge and say E to extrude, right click to release and say S to scale uniformly. Move to this point, 1 for vector selection or Z. Now we can shape our character mouth. Select these 2 vertices, S to scale. Select these 2 and move forward to this point. So we can select these vertices downwards here and move forward. Select this and bring downwards also. So we can select this and so we're trying to keep this very simple enough. This is okay now. So we'll come to this other place of our character space, the right view. Select all these vertices and push forward. Select these 3, bring them forward. Select these 2 and take it backwards. Also, we're going to move this backwards also. And move this upwards a little bit and downwards. So we'll select these 2 vertices and move backwards like this. Select these 2 vertices and move backwards. And bring this upwards. Bring this downward a little bit. Okay, now we can adjust these vertices also and say Alt Z. And now we can select this and bring this upwards. So now we can start joining our vectors. Select this and hold shift, select this and say M where to last. Select this, bring it upwards and select this and say M where that center. We have this like this already. So we're going to add another loop and say Ctrl arrow to add 1 loop cut here. And we can select this and move forward. I'm going to select this also and move forward. Move this forward also. What we're going to do next, very simple. We're going to add one more loop cut here. We're going to select these vertices and push inwards a little bit. Select these two vertices and push inward a little bit. That's our character mouth, but we'll still come and make some adjustments also in the process of modeling. But let's leave it this way first. And now let's extrude the region for our character nose. We say 3 for face selection. Select that face, and we're going to say E to extrude. We can also play around and say Ctrl Z. Let's go back and let's try something different. So let's select this other face here and say E to extrude this. Right click to release and move uniformly in the Y axis. So now let's say 1 for vertex selection. So I can say S to scale this and move like this a little bit. And I'm going to say arrow to rotate just a little bit, and I'm going to shape my character nose. Select this also. Shape. So what I'm doing here, I'm basically adding a style to our character, adding an appeal. I want to change the way this character looks. So there are different ways of changing how your character looks. You can use the nose or you can use the mouth to change that. So I want to change the way the character looks, and I want to add some feel to it also. Okay, now we'll come to our front view also, our right view, and make some changes. Select this and move backward. I can now select this and move forward to this point. I'm going to select this also, move forward. Select this and move forward. So this is okay now for us, and our character now is now looking different from our reference, which is what I want. So I will say Ctrl arrow to add one loop cut here. So I'm going to bring this inward like this. I'm going to push this inward a little bit. This point, and I'm going to select this and move upwards. Select these two vertices and just push this upwards a little bit to give us that round kind of shape that we deserve. Do the same here and move this outward. This is for my character nose. I'll come here also, make that changes. You can say Ctrl arrow to add one loop cut here, just to shape the nose properly, to give it some feel. And add one loop cut there. So now I can adjust this other loop. So this is what I have now. So I'm going to move this to this point. I'm going to select this and I'm going to move this backward. Select this, hold Control, select all this loop here, and move this backward to this point. Select this, hold Control, and G twice to move that loop upwards. And reshape my eye. G twice, and move this to this point. Select this and push upward a little bit. Push this downwards. Push this inwards. I'm going to add one loop cut here. Ctrl arrow to add one loop cut here. So I still have my cheek popping out. I'm going to move this forward a little bit and rearrange my character eye. So that's okay. Now I can move this forward. Ensure to move vertices at every point so we don't have sharp edges. We select this and move, and select this and move also. So you can see Alt Z now. It's okay. And let's come to our front view and make some few changes. You can say G twice, spread that loop, push this inwards, and let's bring that outwards a little bit. We can select this and say G twice, and move this forward. So we can add one loop cut here. And come to our right view and move this forward. I'll make this adjustment here. Move this forward like this, and this is okay now. And decide to shape this, push this forward also. So ensure to move vertices so we don't have sharp edges. And bring this downwards also, and so we're almost done with our character mount, and this is okay now. It's a very nice topology. So now we're going to model from this region down to the jaw. So we'll say 2 for edge selection. Select this edge and say E to extrude. Right click to release and move this upwards to this point, this eyelid here. Say 2 for edge selection again, E to extrude, arrow to rotate. In our right view, have to make that changes here, and arrow to rotate a little bit. In this side, arrow to rotate, and we'll say E to extrude again to this point, and say arrow to rotate. Come here, we'll move this to this point, and say arrow to rotate. So in that process, I'll move this forward a little bit, and we'll come here also now and do the rotation, and say E to extrude and arrow to rotate. Move this downwards, move this downwards also. Say arrow to rotate a little bit. 1 for vector selection. Can move this inwards like this. 2 for edge selection. Select this edge. On our right view, we'll say E to extrude again. Arrow to rotate. Select this and move to this point. Push inwards and say E to extrude here. Move it. Arrow to rotate to this. Arrow to rotate. Select this and say E to extrude. and arrow to rotate. Select this again and say E to extrude. Say arrow to rotate, E to extrude again. We can move this downwards. Move this downwards also. So now we'll come to this place. Now we'll move this down here. And we'll say 1 for vector selection. So what we'll do now, we'll say tab for object mode. We'll uncheck this back so we can select this reference. I'm going to move this reference in the X view, in the X axis, and move backwards. I'll select this back, but first let's deselect this and say tab for edit mode. And now I want to merge these vertices. So I'll select this and hold shift, select this and say M, where that last. Select these vertices and select this vertex and say M, where that last. Select this one and select this and say M, where that last. And select this and select this and say M, where that last. So we have these vectors here now, and these vectors. So I can hold Alt and select this and say G twice to bring that vectors downwards a little bit, and select this and select this and say N, where that last. So I'll say 3 again back for my right view. I can select this and bring this downwards a little bit. Bring this downwards a little bit. And I have this and this. So I'm going to select Alt Z back again. Now for this, I'm going to select this and hold shift, select this and say N, where that first. Select this and this, say M, where that first. Select this and this, say M, where that first. Push inwards a little bit. So we have to close this up now, and there are different ways of solving this problem. So I can say 3 for face selection. I can select this face and say delete. Let me see how it looks like, and I say 2 for edge selection. I can select this edge and say E to extrude to this point here, and say Ctrl arrow to add 1 loop cut here, and say 1 for vector selection. Select this and say N, where that first. Select this and this, say N, where that first. Move this to this point, hold Alt, select this edge and say face to fill that. So this is one way of solving some kind of hard challenges most times in 3D character modeling. So I'm going to push this to this point. So I'm going to say Alt Z. I can see my character face properly. See what I need to put in place. I'm going to select all these. Okay, then the right proportion, except this one. Move this a little bit forward. Trying to shape all these vertices at the right position. Let's see. This is nice, and just keep adjusting those vertices following your reference image. So this is good. Now what I'll do next is to add 1 loop cut here. So let's say it looks like add a loop cut there. Say Ctrl arrow, add 1 more loop cut here. You can now move this to this point. Select this also and push, just to give my character a kind of big cheek. Alt Z, so we can see our reference properly and ensure we are doing the right thing. So one thing I want to do is that I want to just change the look of this character one way or the other. It's going to look this different fashion. Sorry for that. Okay, now or is it back again? So now we can continue our character modeling. So now we've come to the end of level 2 of our character face modeling, and in level 3 we're going to model the rest part of the character face and the back of the head, and we're going to add a sphere to the character's eye. Thanks for watching. Please kindly subscribe, like, follow me on TikTok, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.